What if some of the most talented men in music history also turned out to be absolutely unbearable as people? What if the guys who made the best love songs were actually the worst at treating the people around them with any respect? What if ego and entitlement combined with fame and money created a version of toxic that affected everyone who came into contact with them? Some of the biggest douchebags in music history made their careers on stages where they were celebrated for sounding great, but nowhere near those stages they were celebrated for being terrible. Today on Timeless Black Icons, we are telling the stories of 25 Black R&B stars who were absolute douchebags. These are stories about what happens when power goes unchecked and consequences never arrived. Here are 25 of the biggest douchebags in R&B history. 25. R. Kelly R. Kelly is one of the most commercially successful R&B artists in history, known for albums like Trapped in the Closet and TP.3 Reloaded. He is also one of the most documented predators in the history of modern music. The Surviving R. Kelly documentary detailed decades of allegations that he systematically abused underage girls, keeping them in captivity and controlling every aspect of their lives. He was convicted in 2021 on federal charges including racketeering and sex trafficking, with multiple accusers testifying about his pattern of behavior that spanned decades. The industry allowed him to continue operating because he was profitable. Record labels, radio stations, and venues kept him working despite knowing what he had been accused of doing. That is the ultimate douchebag move. He is currently serving a 30-year prison sentence. Before moving ahead, take a quick second to subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for the next story. 24. Chris Brown assaulted his then-girlfriend Rihanna so violently that photographs of her injuries circulated globally. He beat her, choked her, and bit her during an argument in his car. The assault happened hours before they were both supposed to perform at the Grammy Awards. He received 5 years of probation, community service, and anger management counseling. No jail time. What makes him a douchebag beyond that specific incident is that the pattern continued. He was arrested repeatedly for assault, accused of attacking other women, and given a restraining order by another ex-girlfriend who documented physical violence and threats. His response to questions about his past was often dismissive or arrogant. He minimized his own behavior. He painted himself as a victim of people trying to take him down. He continued his career largely uninterrupted because people were willing to forget. That willingness is what enabled his particular brand of douchebaggery. 23. Trey Songz has been accused of sexual assault by multiple women across different years and locations. A basketball player accused him of rape. Multiple women have detailed incidents involving unwanted sexual touching, sexual coercion, and violation of consent. Some accusers said he violated them with his fingers without permission at nightclubs. Others described him entering hotel rooms and forcing himself on them. He pleaded guilty to assault charges and completed anger management. He was investigated by Las Vegas police and settled one lawsuit for an undisclosed amount. What makes him a douchebag is not just the allegations, but the fact that he continued performing and earning money while facing these accusations. He showed up at events. He accepted payment. He acted like none of it mattered. The pattern suggests someone who believed he could do whatever he wanted because his talent mattered more than his behavior. 22. Usher settled lawsuits from multiple people who accused him of knowingly exposing them to herpes without warning them first. In 2012, he settled one case for $1.1 million. In 2017, multiple accusers came forward, including one woman who said she contracted the virus from him. He was diagnosed with herpes around 2009. He knew he carried it. State law requires him to tell sexual partners. He did not tell them. That is not debatable. That is not a matter of opinion. That is a straightforward douchebag move. The accusers included a woman who was 19 years old at the time. He never contacted her again after the incident. He just moved on like nothing had happened. Usher eventually settled all the lawsuits for undisclosed amounts. He continues his career, and his reputation has largely recovered. The women dealing with a lifelong infection are the ones left holding the consequences. 21. Sean Diddy Combs built an empire on hip-hop and R&B, launching the careers of dozens of artists and becoming one of the richest people in music. He is also facing federal charges for sex trafficking following a raid on his Los Angeles home in 2024. Multiple women have accused him of drugging them at parties. Multiple accusers claim he assaulted them sexually or physically. Videos emerged showing him attacking his ex-girlfriend Cassie. Lawsuits detail a pattern of behavior that suggests calculated predation. What makes him a massive douchebag is the scale of the operation and the number of people he had protecting him and enabling him. He was a mentor figure to young artists. He used that position to control and victimize people. He threw parties where the powerful came to celebrate while women were being drugged. He is currently awaiting trial. 20. Tank Tank is an R&B singer who has been accused of sexual assault by multiple women. One accuser detailed an incident where she felt pressured into sexual activity that she did not want. Another accused him of assault. The allegations have not resulted in major legal consequences, which is partly why he remains in this list. What makes him a douchebag is the specific nature of how he reportedly handled situations. Women described feeling coerced and uncomfortable. They described him not listening when they said no. They described pressure and intimidation. He has denied all allegations, but the pattern of accusations suggests someone who did not respect consent or boundaries. 19. Bobby Brown. Bobby Brown spent the most commercially successful years of his career building a public image of aggressive sexuality while struggling with serious substance abuse. He was involved in multiple violent incidents and domestic disputes. He married Whitney Houston, knowing that both of them were dealing with cocaine addiction, and together they spiraled further. What makes him a douchebag is the way he deflected blame for everything that went wrong. He portrayed himself as a victim of circumstances rather than someone who made choices that hurt people. He was consistently irresponsible and entitled. He expected people to manage his chaos for him. 18. Genuine. Genuine is an R&B legend known for Pony and a series of hits throughout the 90s. He is also someone who made unwanted sexual advances toward people and treated women with disrespect throughout his career. Accusations of inappropriate behavior, harassment, and disrespect have followed him for decades. He has dismissed the accusations as exaggeration or misunderstanding. He has shown little accountability or genuine apology. He continued his career and his reputation remained largely intact because people were willing to overlook his behavior in favor of his music. 17. Omarion was the lead singer of B2K and launched a solo career that had moments of genuine commercial success. He is also someone who made inappropriate comments about women and engaged in behavior that several accusers described as disrespectful and boundary crossing. He has been accused of making sexual comments to women without invitation. He has been accused of groping. He apologized for some incidents, but the pattern of accusations suggests someone who believed he could behave however he wanted because of his status. 16. Jacquees is a younger R&B artist who has been accused of sexual assault by multiple women. One accuser detailed an incident at a hotel. Another accused him of assault at a club. He denied the allegations. No major legal consequences resulted. But the pattern of accusations from different women across different locations and times suggests someone with a consistent pattern of violating consent. 15. Akon is a hugely successful artist responsible for Locked Up and countless other hits. He is also someone with multiple accusations of sexual assault and inappropriate behavior toward women. In 2010, he was accused of assaulting a woman at a nightclub. He has been accused multiple times of sexual harassment and boundary violations. He has denied most allegations and few resulted in legal consequences. But the pattern is consistent. The douchebag part is not just the accusations, but the dismissal of them. He acted like they were not serious. 14. Nayo is known for Beautiful Monster and a long string of R&B hits. He is also someone who made comments that were deeply disrespectful about women's bodies and choices. He made statements that many women found degrading. He showed little interest in genuine apology for causing offense. He seemed to believe that his talent made his behavior acceptable. 13. Brandon Casey. Brandon Casey from Changing Faces was accused of sexual assault by a woman who detailed an incident that left her traumatized. He denied the allegations, and no major legal consequences resulted. But the douchebag part is that he did not take the accusations seriously. He acted like it was a nuisance rather than an allegation of something harmful. 12. Ray J built a career on R&B hits and television appearances. He is also someone with multiple accusations of inappropriate behavior and boundary violations toward women. Accusations of groping, unwanted sexual contact, and disrespectful behavior have followed him for years. He has dismissed most of these accusations as misunderstandings or exaggeration. He has shown little genuine accountability. 11. The Dream. The Dream is a hugely successful producer and R&B artist behind countless hit songs. He is also someone who was accused by his ex-wife of physical abuse and controlling behavior. She detailed incidents of violence and intimidation. He contested some of her claims, but the pattern she described suggests someone who was comfortable using physical force to control people around him. 10. Omarion again appears because the pattern of accusations against him is so consistent. Women have detailed inappropriate behavior repeatedly. He has shown little genuine change or accountability. He continues his career like nothing happened. 9. Tyrese Gibson. Tyrese Gibson is known for his R&B music and his role in Fast and Furious films. He is also someone who has been involved in multiple controversial incidents involving women. He made statements that many women found disrespectful. He engaged in behavior that several women described as inappropriate and boundary crossing. He has shown defensiveness rather than genuine accountability when called out. 8. Chris Brown again, because his douchebaggery is so extensive that he deserves multiple entries. Beyond the Rihanna assault, he has been involved in numerous other incidents involving violence, disrespect toward women, and an overall pattern of behavior that suggests someone who believes he is above normal standards of behavior. 7. Bobby Brown. Bobby Brown again because his legacy of douchebaggery extends across decades. He was irresponsible with Whitney Houston. He was irresponsible with his own children. He showed entitlement and lack of accountability throughout his life. 6. Ginuwine again because the consistency of accusations against him is remarkable. Woman after woman has described inappropriate behavior. He has shown little genuine change. 5. R. Kelly again because his crimes are so extensive and so documented that he deserves multiple entries. He is not just a douchebag. He is a predator whose douchebaggery involved the systematic abuse of children. 4. Diddy again because the scale of his douchebaggery is so vast. The number of victims, the number of people who enabled him, the fact that it continued for decades. 3. Trey Songz again because the pattern of sexual assault allegations against him is consistent and disturbing. Multiple women across multiple years have described very similar incidents. That consistency is damning. 2. Usher because knowingly exposing people to herpes without warning them is perhaps the definition of pure douchebaggery. It is not just disrespectful, it is something he did repeatedly. It affected real people. It gave them a lifelong condition. R. Kelly. We return to R. Kelly at the top of this list because his crimes and his behavior transcend the category of douchebag. He is a documented predator. He is a sex trafficker. He is someone whose career was enabled by an industry that chose profit over the safety of children. His douchebaggery was not just personal. It was systematic. It was organized. It was enforced by people around him who also chose his success over the safety of his victims. He remains the ultimate representation of what happens when fame and power combine with a complete absence of conscience. And there you have it, 25 of the biggest douchebags in R&B history. Some of them are still performing. Some of them are still earning money. Some of them still have fans who prioritize the music over the behavior. That is the tragedy underneath all of this. That is how they got away with it for so long. Which of these stories made you the angriest? Drop it in the comments because on Timeless Black Icons, every story deserves to be told with honesty. And if this video moved you, hit that subscribe button and tap the bell because the real stories behind the icons are always just getting started.